Picture this. You clock in every Monday morning for the next 30 years, trading hours for dollars, while your coworker quietly builds a machine that pays them whether they show up or not. That machine is called SCHD, and it runs on one simple fuel: $120 every single week. By the time you both hit retirement, the gap is so wide it's almost criminal. You're negotiating part-time gigs to cover bills. They're collecting dividend checks that dwarf your old salary. The math isn't magic, it's just momentum. And in this video, I'll show you exactly why $120 a week destroys the full-time job model, especially when you see what happens at year 20. The snowball effect will blow your mind. But first, let's break down the numbers. Most people believe a steady paycheck equals security. They trust the job. They fear investing. But here's what's really happening. Your salary stops the day you stop working. Dividends keep flowing, whether you wake up or sleep in. The wealthy figured this out decades ago. They treat paychecks as seed money, not the destination. And the gap between those who get it and those who don't widens every single year. So let's start with the first reason. Number 1, the math that changes everything. First, let's run the actual numbers because this is where most people's jaws drop. $120 a week equals roughly $6,240 a year. Drop that into SCHD, which historically yields around 3.5% and grows about 8% annually. After 10 years, you're sitting on roughly $95,000. Not life-changing yet, but watch what happens next. After 20 years, that same discipline puts you at roughly $270,000. Your dividend income alone is now around $9,500 a year. That's nearly $800 a month coming in whether you work or not. After 30 years, the account balloons to over $600,000, throwing off $21,000 in annual dividends. That's almost $2,000 a month in passive income. Your job still pays the same $40,000 to $60,000 you started with, adjusted barely for inflation, while demanding more hours. Number 2, dividends compound while salaries stagnate. Here's the brutal truth about salaries. They grow slow if they grow at all. The average annual raise in America hovers around 3%. Inflation eats half of that, so your buying power barely budges over decades. You work harder. The company profits more. Your paycheck inches forward. Dividends work differently. SCHD doesn't care how many hours you logged. It doesn't review your performance. It just pays. And when you reinvest those dividends, they buy more shares, which generate more dividends, which buy even more shares. That's compounding. It accelerates. Your salary is linear. 20 years equals 20 years of small raises. Dividends are exponential. Year 20 pays more than years 1 through 10 combined. The gap between the two strategies isn't just wide, it's geometric, and it grows every quarter without asking permission. Number 3, your job can vanish overnight. Let's talk about risk, because everyone thinks investing is risky while jobs are safe. That's backwards. A company can lay you off in 5 minutes. Budget cuts, restructuring, new management, boom. Your income disappears and bills don't pause. But a diversified dividend ETF like SCHD holds over 100 high-quality companies. If one fails, the other 99 keep paying. The fund adjusts. You keep collecting. Your risk is spread across entire industries. Your job's concentrated in one building, with one boss, and one decision away from zero. During the last recession, millions lost jobs overnight. SCHD holders? They saw prices drop, but dividends kept flowing. Many even bought more shares at discounts. When the job market crashed, the dividend machine kept humming. That's the difference between fragile and anti-fragile income streams. But before we go further, there's something your employer definitely doesn't want you knowing. It's about taxes. And when you hear how dividends are treated compared to your salary, you'll never look at your paycheck the same way. Hold that thought. Number 4, time freedom arrives decades early. Here's where the game changes completely. Most people work until 65 because that's when Social Security kicks in. They need the paycheck. They have no choice. Their entire income model is tied to showing up. SCHD investors hit a different milestone. Once your dividend income covers basic expenses, you have options. Maybe that's year 15, maybe year 20. But suddenly you're not hostage to the job. You can take lower stress work. You can pursue passion projects. You can say no to toxic bosses. The math is simple. If your annual expenses are $30,000 and your dividends throw off $30,000, you're financially independent. You might be 45, you might be 50, but you're free 20 years before your friends who only saved in 401s and hoped their jobs lasted. That's 2 decades of life you control, instead of trading for a paycheck. Number 5. The wealthy skip the grind. Wealthy families teach their kids this model early. They don't worship paychecks, they worship cash flow. A trust fund isn't cash sitting in a vault. It's dividend-paying assets spinning off income without labour. You can build the same thing. It just takes 20 years of discipline instead of inheriting it. $120 weekly is the price of 2 dinners out, or 1 less subscription service. That small sacrifice builds a machine that eventually replaces your salary. The working class thinks jobs equal security. The wealthy know assets equal security. Jobs can fire you. Dividends can't. Jobs demand your time. Dividends demand nothing. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about escaping the full-time grind by building income that doesn't need you present to function. Number 6. Tax treatment favours dividends. Here's something your HR department won't mention. Your salary gets hammered by taxes. Federal, state, Social Security, Medicare. By the time your paycheck hits your account, 20 to 30% vanished. Qualified dividends from SCHD are taxed at capital gains rates, which max out at 20% for high earners and can be 0 to 15% for most people. That means you keep more of what you earn without lifting a finger. A $60,000 salary might net you $45,000 after taxes. A $60,000 dividend income could net you $51,000 or more depending on your bracket. That's $6,000 extra every year, just from smarter tax treatment. Over decades, that gap funds entire vacations or pays off your house faster. Wait until you see what happens to your money at year 20. The snowball effect most people never witness because they quit too early. It's coming up. Number 7. Your job needs you. Dividends don't. Your job requires your presence. Miss a week and they dock your pay. Miss a month and they replace you. Your income is contingent on showing up healthy and willing every single day. SCHD doesn't care if you're sick. It doesn't care if you're travelling. It doesn't care if you're burned out. The dividends deposit quarterly like clockwork. You can be on a beach in Thailand. You can be recovering from surgery. You can be spending a month with your grandkids. The income flows, and that's the ultimate freedom. Building an income stream that doesn't require trading your time, your health, or your sanity. And it all starts with $120 a week. Number 8. The snowball effect most people never see. Here's what blows people's minds when they finally understand compounding. Year 1 feels slow. You put in $6,000 and maybe earn $200 in dividends. It's almost laughable compared to your salary. But watch what happens. Year 5, your contributions total $31,000, but your account holds $37,000. That's $6,000 in free money, working for you. Year 10, you've contributed $62,000, but you're sitting on $95,000. That's $33,000 the market, and dividends gifted you. By year 20, you put in $125,000, but you're holding $270,000. You literally doubled your money through patience alone. And here's the kicker. Years 21 through 30 grow faster than years 1 through 20 combined because the snowball is massive now. Your job gives you linear growth. This gives you exponential wealth. That's the difference between working until you die and retiring with dignity. So let's bring this together. You've just learned why $120 a week into SCHD crushes the traditional job model. Picture yourself 15 years from now. You automated the deposits, you never touched the shares, you reinvested every dividend. That version of you has options, freedom, security, real wealth growing quietly in the background. Here's what to do right now. First, open a brokerage account if you don't have one. Second, set up automatic weekly transfers of $120. Third, buy SCHD and turn on dividend reinvestment. Don't wait for perfect. Don't wait for more money. The time is now. Your future self is counting on you. Yeah, if you've made it this far, it means this information hit home. You're serious about building wealth that doesn't require clocking in. Let me know in the comments how long until you hit financial independence with this strategy. Subscribe to this channel for more truth about money. Start automating your deposits today. I'll see you soon.